wait times for healthcare in Canada out of 30 developed countries.
Come with me to wait 8 hours inside of a Canadian emergency room.
Well, just because it's free doesn't mean it's good.
Still free healthcare in Canada, you can't beat that. I mean, Americans don't have anything like that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hospital emergency wait time in Madrid, Spain is up to 50 minutes.
Please, my stomach! I need to see a doctor! Ooh, the emergency room has a 10-hour wait.
Which is not fucking free. Look at your tax bill.
It came out that more than 23,000 Canadians died waiting for medical care last year.
I'm sorry, but Canada literally has the worst fucking healthcare system.
What? 30-week wait list to get treatment? Any medical treatment is a 30-week wait list?
Welcome to the Canadian Rant. Let's talk about something every Canadian has experienced or is terrified of experiencing. Healthcare in this country is getting worse day by day. Endless waiting. Waiting in emergency rooms for hours. Sometimes days. Waiting months just to see a specialist. Waiting for procedure approvals while pain gets worse, conditions get serious, and lives are literally put on hold. And the scariest part? People don't even know where to turn anymore. You can't afford private care, public care is overwhelmed, family doctors are disappearing, and when you finally get help, you're told to wait again. This isn't about politics, this isn't about left or right, this is about a system that Canadians were promised would protect them, and now feels like it's quietly failing them. So today, we're asking the questions nobody wants to answer. Who is responsible for fixing this? Who is held accountable for these delays? And how bad does it have to get before something actually changes? Because for millions of Canadians, this isn't an abstract issue, it's personal.
It's insane. This is just not what the medical healthcare system is supposed to be like in Ontario.
Got here about 5:30 and been on the Healthcare Connect list for about 10 years now. Haven't had a doctor for longer than that, so kind of a strange way to have people sign up for a doctor, but hopefully I get one.
Please, my stomach! I need to see a doctor! Ooh, the emergency room has a 10-hour wait. I already waited 2 hours, I need to see one now!
I'm a doctor from Korea, I can help him!
Excuse me, you're not certified in Canada.
But I was certified in Seoul University in Korea.
I'm not sure what Kim Jong-un institution that is, but you can't practice here. Oh, I'll take him, please! It will take at least 5 years for him to work in Canada.
But it took me a week to buy a property here.
Well, yeah, you're giving the government money, so we'll fast-track that.
Okay, I will pay to help him. How much?
Our hospitals don't accept money, but you can try America. I can't take it anymore. The pain's unbearable. Oh, have you considered assisted dying? The wait time is now 9 hours.
Come with me to wait 8 hours inside of a Canadian emergency room. The waiting room was packed and they had to bring out extra chairs to line us up down the hallways. Now I know what you're about to say, but there's no such thing as urgent care here, and all the walk-in clinics have been closed for several months. After 45 minutes, I was brought in for x-rays. 4 hours in. We've been waiting for 4.5 hours now. The place was packed when I got here. They did rush me into x-rays about 45 minutes after I got here, so that was good. Okay, here we are now. We're about 6 hours waiting time. It has now been 7 hours of waiting here at the emergency room in Canada. After 8 hours, it was my turn to go back and see the doctor. Before you say anything, I do not live in a conservative province.
If you leave Canada, won't you lose your free healthcare? Well, just because it's free doesn't mean it's good. You know, waiting 18 hours in line to get checked at the hospital, sure, it's free, but no thank you.
A really good question, is healthcare in Canada really free? TLDR, it's not. You pay for it through your taxes, but everyone who pays taxes pitches in, so it makes it free for everyone. So yes, you can walk into your doctor or a hospital and receive free healthcare. This person is a type 1 diabetic. They pay almost nothing for all of their diabetic supplies other than a small fee for their insulin. They pay nothing for all of their other meds, all subsidized by pharmacare. This person has had severe medical issues for over 30 years, 8 major surgeries and 3 minor surgeries plus cancer treatment. In that time, they've spent $0 on healthcare, but they've spent more on parking at the hospital.
39-year-old man from Montreal gave up on waiting for medical care after a 6-hour wait at the hospital. He died the next day. Adam Burgoyne passed away on December 6th after suffering from an aneurysm, but shortly after posting this. Had a bit of a health scare last night, but thankfully it wasn't a heart attack. Not sure what it was though, because once they were sure I wasn't dying, I was thrown out of the waiting room. 6 hours later, I went home. Canadian healthcare, the best in the world. He also noted that the hospital, which was not identified in his post, didn't even offer to do an x-ray or any blood work. This is so tragic. Who knows what the outcome could have been if they took his symptoms seriously. His family is requesting that donations be made in Adam's name to the Canadian Assembly of Narcotics Anonymous. They say, in honor of Adam, hug your loved ones, take life one day at a time, bake bread, and buy the fancy cheese. This is so sad. Do you know someone with a similar story to this?
Paul, I mean, I don't think there's anyone watching or listening to you right now that doesn't agree that there's something wrong. One of the first things people talk about being Canadian, they talk about this and that, and they talk about our healthcare.
Yeah, free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
Yeah.
It's like it's the envy of the free world, right?
Yeah.
Like look at our free health. It was. But it can be. With proper management, proper oversight, proper distribution of funds, it can be again. But someone has to step up. And we were just talking before the show. If Doug Ford stands up there and says, you know what, we are going to find all the people that overbuild and hold them accountable, that could be the end of his political career.
What the fuck, Canada? This is so grim. It came out that more than 23,000 Canadians died waiting for medical care last year. And that's an increase of 3% year over year. And by the way, we're at over 100,000 people since 2018 who've died waiting for care. The worst offenders are, no surprise, Ontario #1 and Quebec #2. And then after that, you have the list of the other provinces. And before you come at me saying that we need to spend more money on healthcare to fix this issue, wrong, because we are at an all-time high, historical high of $244 billion a year spending. By the way, this represents $6,000 per person per year, which is an increase of threefold over what it was in 1990. We rank as one of the highest per capita medical spending in the G7, and yet we fall behind everyone in terms of doctors per capita, MRI machines per capita, beds per capita. And of course, our wait times are some of the highest in the developed world. And let that be a cautionary tale to the Americans who look up north thinking that our single-payer healthcare system is the best. Guys, you have it much better down there. And don't let Canadians who are brainwashed into thinking they have the best system ever tell you otherwise. Canada falls behind Germany, Switzerland, France, Sweden, Finland in terms of healthcare, and we pay more than all of them. And to Canadians, it's about time you wake up. The system is completely screwed up. And guess what? It ain't getting any better.
Hospital emergency wait time in Madrid, Spain is up to 50 minutes. Hospital emergency wait time in Canada, Toronto is up to 8 hours. And we all know sometimes it can take up to 22 hours. By the way, both have free healthcare.
Hey, tonight on Idiocracy News. Remember that free healthcare system that we pay into off of every paycheck? Yeah, well, it just failed a 16-year-old in the worst possible way. Finlay Vanderwerken went to Oakville Trafalgar Memorial Hospital with sepsis symptoms. He was triaged as second highest priority, which should mean care in 15 minutes. Instead, he waited 8 hours and died of cardiac arrest. Imagine working your whole life watching your tax dollars misused while politicians order $30 glasses of orange juice, paying into a corrupt system that claims healthcare is a priority, only to watch your loved one die in the waiting room because our government would rather focus on BS spending and DEI checkboxes. What a tragedy. My thoughts go out to the Vanderwerken family. Tonight's Idiocracy level, ding ding ding, free, but you die waiting. Share this video with your friends and family because the sooner we all wake up, the better.
So I really find it funny that people are like, oh, you know, it's still free healthcare in Canada. You can't beat that. I mean, the Americans don't have anything like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go, we get taxed out the ass more than any other country in the world, if I'm not mistaken, especially in Ontario. You make 100, you take home 58 grand. You broke. You can't afford anything. Rent's like $3,000 to live in a basement. So, but I get to go to the hospital and wait 15 hours to see a doctor. How many times have you had stomach pain? I've had it myself so many times where I'm like, I got pain here, I got pain there. I'm like, I should probably go to the doctor, but I'm hoping it goes away. Well, God forbid it's something bad, but you don't go check it out. Versus when I was down in Florida, I had to go to the hospital. I got in 15 minutes. I got out 20 minutes later. Great. I'd rather pay the health insurance per month and actually have an option to go and not have to wait that long and not be a burden to my day or my week or whatever it is. Over there, there's no state income tax. You take home 100, you make 100K, you take home 100. So big deal. You pay your monthly insurance rate, but at least you have the peace of mind for you and your family. I just don't understand why when I see this right now, it really makes me laugh. Nothing is free.
Before we continue, I want to hear from you. If you or someone you love has ever waited hours in an emergency room, waited months to see a specialist, or waited in pain with no answers, this isn't just a statistic, it's real life. So tell me in the comments right now. How long have you waited for medical care in Canada? Was it an ER visit, a family doctor, a procedure? Your story matters. The more we speak up, the harder it is to ignore what's happening.
I'm sorry, but Canada literally has the worst fucking healthcare system ever. Like, not worth a dime of your taxes. This is so ridiculous. Okay, I've been spending the year getting imaging done, getting shit done to see this orthopedic surgeon, which I also waited months for this appointment. Get there, wait more than 2 hours for this appointment in the fucking waiting room. And I get in to see him, and he literally tells me he can't access any of my imaging. Why is it my responsibility as a fucking patient to bring my own imaging? I'm sorry, we have universal health card in Ontario. Why is it not fucking connected? Why am I having to do that? That's not my job. I was never told to bring anything. My assumption is I come to the orthopedic surgeon, he has all my imaging. So he couldn't even see or really do anything. So now I have to fucking redo all my imaging. Anyways, this healthcare system, atrocious. And it's not the doctors and nurses' fault, and like this explains the fucking burnout. It's because this is so fucked.
So, according to a recent report looking into wait times for healthcare in Canada, out of 30 developed countries, Canada is 28th in availability of doctors, 25th in hospital beds, 25th in psychiatric beds, and 27th for MRI machines, 28th for CT scanners. What the fuck? Other fun facts about healthcare in Canada: 7 million Canadians are without a doctor. And some of the longest wait times are orthopedic surgery at 58 weeks and neurosurgery for 46 weeks. For all you laymen, that's basically walking in your fucking brain. And you got Trudeau's dumb, stupid-looking bow tie wearing healthcare minister talking about how Canada's still got a top-tier healthcare system. Like, what? Cuba's better, bro. And how serious do you expect me to really take you? You're wearing a fucking bow tie. And in a nutshell, that's exactly what's wrong with liberals or people who think in a liberal way. You ask them what color the sky is, and they start talking about the fucking grass. Like, what does 28 out of 30 mean to you? This isn't fucking golf. The higher you are, the worse it is. Once again, I'm struggling to find out where my tax dollars are going and who is using them. And I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of people at the top telling me what life is like and experiences are like at the bottom of society. Because that's where we all are. Like, we live in a country of 40 million people. 7 million people don't have a doctor. And we got the bow tie wearing idiot healthcare minister saying, it's a good job. Like, we have the absolute worst leadership in this country. Like and comment if you're as disgusted as I am. Peace and love.
here's the thing of dealing with Alberta Health Services and our free Canadian healthcare, which is not fucking free. Look at your tax bill. In 2006, I needed a back fusion, and my back was so bad I couldn't sit anymore. It was hard to work. And I basically ended up on opiates waiting for surgery for 2 years. While I waited for an MRI, I waited for surgery space, waited for all the things to happen that you need for a surgery, which should happen, in a very short period of time. In the States where I don't like private healthcare, but I'll tell you, if I was in this position and was paying, $600-700 a month for my healthcare plan down in the States, I would have had my surgery in a few months at most. When I lived in the States for a while, and I was under Alberta or under Washington State's healthcare, which interestingly is fully publicly funded, but fully privately managed. And when I needed an MRI, I got it right away, like within days. Our new private MRI system in Alberta, publicly funded, might be working because I got my MRI in a couple of days. That was amazing to me. I was expecting a year-long wait to get an MRI, and my doctor ordered it last week, and I got it last week. That was shocking to me. But I also want to give you another update about just my own state of things.
What? 30-week wait list to get treatment? Any medical treatment is a 30-week wait list. I don't know where you're getting your news from. Your other comments that you made said that some Canadians. I know some Canadians too. I'm one. And I can tell you that is just not correct at all. Maybe there are some procedures that maybe take that long. I don't know. But having been someone with kids who goes to the doctor, it's the same as it is in the States, from my opinion. I used to live in the States a long time ago, 30 years ago. And you go and you see the doctor, you go to get your blood work done. If there's some procedure that you need done, usually it takes, I think my colonoscopy was a 3-month they were booking out. If you need one, if it's an emergency, you can get them right away. So this is just factually incorrect. One thing I will say for certain, though, is if you ask every Canadian, even the Trump-supporting Canadians, and yes, we have them, none of them would want to trade our healthcare system for yours. I'm for certain on. There is inefficiencies, absolutely, in our healthcare system, as there is in probably every healthcare system across the world, and things that we complain about and things that we want to see better. But we would not trade places at all for what you guys had down there. I used to work in the States when I was like 20 at a golf course. And there was a guy there that was like 70 years old who was still working hard labor on a golf course. And he was doing it so he had health care because his wife was sick. And I almost feel bad for the guy. I mean, he's 70 years old doing manual labor on a golf course to keep his insurance because he was so afraid of losing his insurance. That would not happen in Canada. He would be out there enjoying his time with his sick wife, not having to worry about the health care or the cost of health care. No one up here in Canada goes bankrupt because of healthcare bills. So, I don't know. I don't understand this point of view. Sorry.
Canada used to take pride in its healthcare system. We were told it was one of the best in the world. That no matter who you were, no matter how much money you had, help would be there when you needed it. But today, that promise feels hollow. When people are waiting 10, 12, 18 hours in emergency rooms, when seniors are stuck at home with untreated pain, when families are watching loved ones deteriorate while stuck on waiting lists, that's not just inefficiency. That's a system under serious strain and possibly neglect. And the most frustrating part is this. Everyone agrees there's a problem, but nobody seems responsible for fixing it. Doctors are burnt out, nurses are leaving, patients are exhausted, and governments keep passing the problem around like it belongs to someone else. So let's ask the hard question. If a private company failed people this badly, there would be consequences. There would be investigations. There would be accountability. So why is healthcare different? Why are delays treated as unfortunate realities instead of urgent failures? Why are Canadians expected to accept long waits as normal when health doesn't wait? This is not about attacking healthcare workers. They are holding the system together with sheer sacrifice. This is about leadership, planning, funding, and responsibility. Because when people stop trusting the healthcare system, everything else starts to fall apart. Fear replaces confidence, stress replaces hope, and people begin to feel abandoned by the very country they pay into their entire lives. So now I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell us, have you or someone you love been affected by healthcare delays? Do you think there is real accountability in Canada's healthcare system, or none at all? And most importantly, what do you think needs to change? If this conversation matters to you, like this video, share it, and make sure you're subscribed. Because silence doesn't fix broken systems. Pressure does. This is the Canadian Rant. And until real change happens, we're not done talking about it.